Hey, Thomas.
Hey, John. Hey, how are you doing?
Well, welcome. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Welcome to this crazy, weird first episode of John's podcast thingy,
Woo!
which is the best name I can come up with for now.
That's nailed it. Yeah.
So thanks for being my guinea pig in this episode.
It's my honor, to be honest. Pleasure.
Yeah, it should be, to be honest. It should be your honor.
Cool. Okay.
I mean, you should be very grateful.
I am humbled. Yes.
So, to start with, tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay, I can do that.
In a minute.
If
you can.
Did I put clock on? Oh, okay. Let's.
Yep, go.
Yeah, okay, go.
Wow.
Right, my name is Tomasz Lisiecki. Try to pronounce that. Good luck. I have a bit of weird accent because I'm trying to lose my Polish accent and sort of assimilate with the British people, but I'm to no avail, basically. Still going. I've came to UK about 10 years ago, and just for university degree, and then started my own agency right after university. So it's been going for about 7-8 years now, and here I am, having a web design agency in central London, Agile web design agency, I must say. And for some reason, I am here with you now, thanks to John. So that's my very short intro. I don't know if you want me to sort of dive into the personal stuff, what books I read, what sort of shoe size I have, or
let's give you a little swish.
Whoa.
Oh, sound effect's not working?
No, it was there. Oh my god.
Oh man, I didn't hear it.
That's
so random. Okay.
Woo!
Whoa, there
it is. It's there.
Awesome.
3 smacks.
So you can expect more of that.
Yeah.
More of that randomness to come in future episodes.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Yeah, you'll figure it out eventually. Or we can use mouth to do that. Like woo!
I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. So that's awesome. Thank you for being here.
It's
okay. I'm glad that the listeners or watchers of this video / John's podcast thingy will be able to get to know you. Tell me, how do you actually use Agile with clients? And is it just like waterfall disguised as Agile? Somebody asked this on Twitter. So how do you actually do Agile in your web design work?
Yeah, this is a good question. I think it's a complex question, and it sort of calls for a complex answer, I believe. So we should probably break it down a bit. I believe that if you want to stay truly agile, everybody on the team needs to follow agile principles, because if one person sort of goes astray, the whole core just gets shaken and it just doesn't work. And that includes clients. So the question is very valid. If the client doesn't follow agile, how you can expect to work in agile? And then you sort of, it's really difficult. So, and then there's another side to it. Agile, at least in principle, is associated heavily with software development. And there's more to building a website than just code. Obviously starting with product management to copywriting. Like, how do you write copy in Agile? That's crazy. But you can do that. Then design, right? And everything around it. And then ending on development itself, which is the easiest probably to do in Agile. You just need to get the hold of the idea and have some tools to help you out on the way, and you'll be good. I think is the parts that come around it that need sort of agilification. Is that I will try that.
What word is that?
So there's a lot to it, and to be honest, we embraced Agile in 2019. Yep, just pre-COVID, and 3 years in, we are still learning. There's always something that we need to discuss. I mean, even this morning, okay, let me quickly bring you up to speed. We have a project that's ongoing, and we have a decision maker. Obviously, as in Agile, you would have that from the client end, and they have COVID now, so they can't make it to the sprint review. So the question is, do you still do sprint review even without a decision maker, or you ask someone else from their team to join as a decision maker, even though they're not necessarily up to speed? Or do you skip sprint review this week and you just meet another week? And this is new to us. So there we go. Now we have to find it out. So if someone from the audience knows the question, that knows the answer, let me know. but we'll be on a quest of finding out that now, because we're a bit of a pickle. So that's just an example. There's always you have to learn all the time, because you just can't expect unexpected like this in this situation. So I think going back to the culprit of it all is you need to learn how to manage expectations. And this is, I mean that's just basic of every business relationship, expectations management. If you are straight with the client how you work and what to expect, they are less likely to complain and less likely to try to sort of break your routine and break your principles. We do have a client that is I mean, they're trying, but they're struggling with the agile mindset very much. It's because their product cycle is very long. Like they tend to overthink tenfold. It's crazy. They would have a product release every year, whereas we release every week. Like, see that gap? It's crazy. And I think what they could use is literally have an agile consultant on board and try to shorten that product cycle down. Let's try quarters. Let's try 1 month, and then bring it down to 2 weeks, and then we can talk. So that is especially a case with older clients that we sort of acquired before we went agile, right? They didn't necessarily follow suit. So that's where the second part of that question, that disguise, that might kick in, just because okay, so it's either we let them go because we don't think of the same page, or we try to fit their way of working into our framework of working, which means probably giving up some of the rules and being a bit more flexible than usually. So we like them. We've been working together years, so we're trying to make it work. But eventually, if push comes to shove, we probably have to go separate ways. So
that's part of moving forward and growth, right?
Yeah,
anyway.
Absolutely. And one thing worth mentioning, that was the case with an existing sort of pre-agile client. When we board a new client right now, this is off the get-go straight. Look, we're agile. This is the contract. This is the agreement. Everything in it is agile related. It circles around agiles. We even have principles listed in the contract. So this is what you agree to. So there's no complaining later down the line. So especially SaaS clients, they're awesome. Tech space, they're brilliant, because the whole thing is agile. So if we get SaaS client, no issue at all. I just go on the sales call. By the way, have you ever worked in Agile? Oh yeah, the whole company is Agile. I'm like, okay, thank you, done, easy. Now we speak the same language. So it really depends, but most clients that we acquire, most clients that get in touch, at least prospects, they are aware of Agile methodology. They know what we are all about, because we try to portray that image to the outer world using websites, social medias, etc. So we kind of repel people that
you lead with it.
Yeah, we lead with it. We repel people that don't necessarily want Agile, because that's not the only way of life. Okay, it's just one of them, and we just embrace it very much.
Nice. So tell me a bit more about the contract, because I know that's key to having that. kind of agile kind of principle working? So
contract is it was a project in itself. We actually hired a lawyer, the whole company, not necessarily just single lawyer. It was a team of lawyers that was trying to put together an agile agreement that obviously works for everyone's benefit and that protects intellectual property and actually makes sense. Because you see, with agile, when you commence a project, deliverables are unknown, right? You know where you're going, but how you get there, what's the tangible effect of your work is unknown until you actually get to do something. But you agree what to do on sprint basis every week, every other week, right? So you can't put in contract, okay, you will have newsletter on your website. It just doesn't work that way. What if newsletter is unnecessary? And if it is necessary, what does it consist of? Does it have some kind of integration? You can dive into it infinitely. So you have to agree on those things as you go, because you have to deliver value with every sprint. That's what Agile is all about, right? The value is at the top, value to the client. So imagine there's a stack of money that client has given you in the middle of your desk. And with every week or every sprint that passes, that money disappears, right? And you have to feel that you've delivered for that money that's gone away. So we effectively try to always keep that value at the top. That's the number one priority, no matter what. So I guess that's that. And in that contract, then we have very specific ways of billing for our work. So we flip it on its head. We don't bill for work. We bill for our time. And then it's up to the client what to do with that time. So because we flipped it, we can now say, okay, look, our hourly rate is that. You multiply that by number of people working on your project, and this is what you pay. And what we deliver, you have to trust us. We have your best interest in mind, and we'll do everything that we can to bring that value to you for that money. But this is, again, all about trust. Without trust, it can't work, because the client might see it as some kind of smoke screen for just ripping them off. Yeah.
It does wholly rely on trust, doesn't it? But I think, and it scares a lot of clients, because they think, oh, well, I want to pay an X amount of money and be guaranteed a fully completed website. But
yes,
and it scares those clients away. But
But
those that get it, it's actually a healthier relationship when you get that going.
Yeah.
Right? And you are billing for effort and value. You're not afraid to pivot. You're not afraid to tell the customer that something is the wrong way to go or the right way to go. And I think one of the principles of the Agile Manifesto is focusing on customer collaboration over contract negotiation, I think, unless I've got some mixed up. But essentially, you don't want to have to be having the discussion all of the time to amend your quotes or to raise a new quote for a new change request. If you're doing change requests and raising new quotes, I guess you're not doing Agile, right? And I've seen a lot of that. You approach companies and they say, yeah, well, we kind of work Agile, but actually, look, it's going to be X amount of money and it's going to take maybe 3 months, but we'll give you, weekly progress updates. And then you ask them the question, well, what if a new feature comes along we realize we have to build? Well, we'd look at it and we'd, maybe raise a quote and then figure out how to put it into the timeline. That's not Agile. You're effectively just trying to take a big project, dividing it up into kind of weekly progress updates, which is not the way. So I think it's really refreshing. You've got that built into your contract, and your contract basically specifies that you're paying for our time. You're paying for sprints. It's sprint-based billing, right?
Yes. Yeah, precisely. So the question obviously is, okay, but not all clients, well, especially in the web design world, I mean, websites are a smaller piece of software. So naturally, when you build a website and then you have something, something close to ongoing maintenance or ad hoc changes, you need to, account for those too. You can't have, what's the point of building a website for a client if they're not going to stick around? You want to maintain that product for them. You want to maintain that relationship and get more value out of it, both ends, right? So in that contract, we also have a separate type of engagement. So what I described so far, that was sprint-based engagement. And then we have another section that's called retainer-based engagement. And retainer is effectively that they, again, buy time from us on monthly basis. So it's like your phone contract. You just sign up to 12-month billing, some like just direct debit payment. And that's what we do here. So they sign up for increments of 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, or 16 hours. And they just pay monthly, and they can use that time each month for anything they like. Any kind of service that we provide is up to them. And if we see that they struggle to use that time, then we take initiative and we tell them, what can we do with that time? Some kind of optimization, whether that's search engine, conversion optimization, or copywriting even, like whatever they like, they can use that time for it. So we have both sort of scenarios covered. When we get a client that doesn't want retainer because they don't like commitment for some reason, or they don't want sprint because they don't have enough work to fill up a sprint, that's not a client for us, basically.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And the client that I mentioned at the beginning of this call that struggles with the agile mindset, they are that. They would want to have another section in that agreement saying they can request work at any point of time without any any long-winded commitment. They just like, I want it now. How much? You see, and that's very much waterfall and traditional kind of approach, which we now struggle with. It just doesn't fit into our world. So I'll keep you updated where that relationship goes. We'll see.
Nice. Awesome. That's really, it's cool to get a bit of transparency on that, how Agile is actually working within the kind of web design agency context. So if any watchers or listeners want to reach out to Tomasz to chat more about that, please do. By the way, what's your website, Tomasz? Oh,
it's lovely nerdcow.co.uk. That's nerd, Nerd, cow.co.uk. So we're nerds and we love cows.
Awesome. Who doesn't? I mean, if people don't love cows, then they're not going to be your clients.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's also very, very clear.
Yeah, we're fiddling around with an idea of having branded milk bottles, but that's just a little pun. Yeah.
On that note, let's move on to something completely different. Because you're Polish, can you teach us some Polish words? So how do you say hello in Polish?
So many ways, just like in the UK you can. But okay, fine. Let's go for a couple of them. So you can go for casual hello, which is cześć.
Yeah.
Right? Cześć. That's
cześć.
Yes.
Cześć.
Cześć.
There's
sh at the end. Cześć.
Cześć.
Yeah, kind of. I would get that easily. So well done. There's also simple, very street-like siema. Okay. Can you do Shema?
Is that like, is it clean?
Clean street? Absolutely. Yeah. It's like,
okay, cool.
Yeah. It's very clean. No curse in it whatsoever. It's absolutely just Shema. Like, it's like sup kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So Shema.
Shema. Yeah. So we have that. Cześć Shema. We can go for co tam. It's like, what's up? Co tam. It's like what? What's there almost, and it, like direct translation is what there, co tam. We just simple like that.
Okay, cool.
But I was thinking to actually
cool. So I'm going to try and
teach you something like about Agile. So one word I have in the back of my head. Yeah. So let's try productivity. Okay. Well, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Produktywność. There you go. Okay. Okay, 3 out of 5. Productivity.
Awesome.
Yes, it's not that bad, but it's
Produktywność.
Yeah, it's difficult, but might be useful.
I'll stick to what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Like last thing in Polish, can you say John's John's podcast thingy is totally awesome.
Do you want me to translate the name as well?
You could try to, yeah.
Okay, but we usually, when we translate word awesome, we actually swear. In Polish, it would be a swear word, so I'm just trying to keep it. Okay.
Family friendly.
Podcast Johna jest świetny. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, so John's podcast is awesome.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're recording this. I'm gonna cut that out and use it everywhere in promotional
Well, I
materials
could put more.
for my Polish audience.
You can reach out later. I can record it with more emotions in it because that was quite flat.
That would be amazing. That'd be amazing. Yeah. Okay, so right now we're going to move on to something completely different again.
Right.
If you're ready.
Yeah. That sounds serious, dude.
Yeah, I got to use the sound effect.
Yes.
Woo! So this is John's podcast thingy, random question time.
Oh my god.
I know you need to take it very, very seriously.
Right.
So first question, if you're ready,
Mm-hmm.
is Mr. Bean or SpongeBob SquarePants?
Mr. Bean.
Okay, I respect that. Mr. Bean is a role model to me.
Yeah.
As is SpongeBob SquarePants. But I respect your choice.
As a child, I used to watch Mr. Bean all the time in Poland. They would actually,
Amazing.
because there was no dialogue as such, so they could easily just play it, and I would watch. That was fun. Yeah. So I grew up with Mr. Bean. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, Mr. Bean is close to my heart. Second question: what's your credit card number?
Actually,
Oh,
how?
okay. Yeah, so well done. You avoided answering that question. That was a test.
Okay.
It was a lesson to our listeners never to give your credit card number out to John on his podcast.
Yes.
But you can give me your Twitter password.
I actually don't know that
I'm
one.
only joking. Okay, cool.
I don't know
That's
any
good.
of my passwords.
That's the ultimate security.
Yeah.
Not knowing
So
the
it's not really fun if someone grabbed me and tried to torture the password out of me, because I honestly just would not know. So
yeah, because that could happen.
that could happen.
I mean,
yeah, they sometimes.
I might even be doing that next time I drop into your office.
Yeah,
So
I'm not gonna let you
maybe
in
you
then. No.
High fives or fist bumps?
Fist bumps. COVID secure kind of thing. There you go. Boom.
Awesome. Nice. Favorite cheese? Oh, you got to take this very seriously.
Oh, I love cheese as a trouble. That's the only thing that stops me from going vegan. I'm vegetarian, but just can't give up cheeses.
Cheese is good. Cheese makes everything better.
I'll have to say
like a smoked feta cheese. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like eat it? What do you have it with?
Oh, all sorts of things.
With, like,
Any kind
meals
of salad wrap, anything. To be honest, I like, which is difficult to get. So I can't. I mean, have you ever tried like Polish sheep's cheese with cranberry sauce?
Have not.
No. Okay.
Oh no, that sounds good.
It's just phenomenal. I took a British friend to the Polish mountains, and we actually got to taste it. And he literally back home here in the UK just ordered a few kilograms of it. From that area of Poland, they transported that for him. It's crazy good, but just can't get it here. So I'll stick to basics. Feta is good. Yeah. Nice.
I used to be into Wensleydale with cranberries in it, which was pretty awesome. But I also like smoked cheese, so good smoked kind of German cheese.
Smoked tofu is also good, but not necessarily cheese. So,
final question. When was the last time you rearranged your sock drawer?
Probably every time I do laundry, because I don't care.
Wow.
So that was last Saturday. Yeah. So 2 days ago.
You actually rearranged your sock drawer?
Well, it's
like
I mean, it's like organized chaos, right? So there's a bit of socks
Yeah.
over there, a bit of socks over there, and sometimes I just take them out and mash them up. It's just completely random. So
Nice.
listeners don't know, I always wear the same outfit. So I have my capsule wardrobe and everything in there is just clean and simple. So no need to necessarily rearrange anything. It's literally just like 10 pairs of white socks. That's it.
Nice.
So that's
Nice. You're a white sock.
I am. Because of my shoes. It just goes well together.
It's a strong look.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, look, that was very enlightening, particularly that last question.
Absolutely.
And, because it tells us a lot about ourselves, our sock drawers. Also cheeses. Cheeses is important.
I have a question for you. I was actually...
go on,
that was bubbling at the back of my head over the weekend. I was thinking to ask that on Twitter, but hold off. I don't know why. So if I opened your fridge, what would it tell me about you?
That's a good question. Like, probably, do I like chocolate?
You keep chocolate in your fridge,
and I'm not very good. Yeah. You should try it. Like, keep chocolate cool. It's like,
there you go. See, silly question, but
yeah, it's
very educating answer. Yeah, there you go.
You've learned something new.
Yeah.
So obviously, it proves that I have very high intelligence when it comes to chocolate storage.
Nice.
Which is important.
Yeah. Awesome.
Also, like, we have couscous at the moment, which I really like. Couscous, like giant couscous. It's like, I don't know if that makes me sound really
blew my
fancy.
mind. Did you know that couscous has gluten in it?
I did not.
Yeah. And so I have to think about this because my partner, she's trying to be gluten-free. And it's just like, I'm sure you can have couscous in your salad. And I checked it online. Actually, not, you can't. So, yeah.
Well, look, we're learning stuff all over the place on this podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
is amazing. A bit random and raw, but that's what it's all about.
That's it. So, look, we're going to leave it there.
Cool.
It was awesome to have you.
Thanks.
Next time, I'm sure we'll have you again. Next time, maybe I'll have more sound effects to kind of accentuate the experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited about where John's podcast thingy is going to go. It's going to go to the moon, isn't it, Thomas?
100%.
Please, tell me.
Yes.
Awesome. Thomas has endorsed this podcast. So we're going to the moon.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate
it.
Thank you. That was awesome. I look forward to another round.
Yeah, it's been great having you. See you later.
See ya. Bye-bye.